I noticed the girl standing before me looked exactly like my daughter who went missing 12 years ago. At first I thought it was just a resemblance, but when I pulled out old photos to compare, a mother's intuition told me I couldn't be mistaken. To uncover the truth, I started observing the girl closely. Soon I discovered that her mother visited the cemetery every week, but she was mourning an unnamed baby girl. I began to wonder, had she lost her own child and then stolen mine to replace her? To test my suspicion, I told the school there was an issue with the photos and they needed to be retaken. That way I could get a closer look at her. I carefully examined her facial features and even asked about her birth date and parents. She found the question strange, but answered truthfully anyway. To confirm further, I broke into her home looking for evidence and found yearly photo records of the girl, except the period before she turned 4 was completely missing. I took a Coke can she had used, collected the fingerprints, and sent them for testing. The next day, I gathered all the materials and gave them to a friend, asking her to help find the girl's birth certificate. When the document appeared, it clearly stated she was the biological child of her current parents. My friend told me if the child had really been kidnapped, it was almost impossible to have such complete paperwork. But I refused to believe it and begged her to compare the fingerprints. She refused, saying it was an invasion of privacy and could lead to jail time. But I didn't stop investigating. The girl's mother noticed something was off and started following me instead. The next afternoon after school, I deliberately drove past the girl. She recognized me. When I offered to give her the photos, she turned around without any suspicion. The next moment, I covered her mouth and nose. She quickly lost consciousness. I took her back to my home.